Follow the finger.
Restorations where all turns new. Bikes and cars revived, it's quite a view. With Cass and Winnie, the restoration team will make these classics fulfill their dream. Watch the shades from rust to shining chrome. It's built a journey, glad you've come along. If our restorations get your motor running, like and subscribe, keep the channel humming.
Oh, what a cotton picking mess. Right, it's another day. I've had to have a day's rest because I just need to now and again, just to charge my batteries. Right, whilst I'm waiting for a radiator, sump and other things to turn up, apparently it's going to be a couple of days, so because it's been bank holiday, so that's understandable, isn't it? I've decided to have a go at the headlights. Look, headlights, you're fucking shit. And I'm not kind of have a go. Have a wet and dry on them. Try and get rid of that cloudiness and the yellowness. So here's where I'm at so far. Absolutely nowhere. Now I don't know if the camera can pick that up at the moment, just how yellow that is. I don't know. It's really not looking pretty, is it? Look, you can see the camera light in there. That's how misty and that they are. So you've got reduced light output basically, haven't you? Anyway, I had a go with what I start with 800, and I went to 12. There's the piece I used, wet and dry. You wet it and just use it as sandpaper, but keep spraying it. You make sure you got a water bottle. Spray, rub, circle, flat, up and down, and spray. Okay, so there we have. That's the light that I haven't done, obviously, and the bumper that's not been treated. If we go across to this side, bumper that has been treated, and headlight. That's not bad at all, is it, guys? Considering there's actually marks on the inside. I don't know if this camera can pick that up. Where that chrome strip is there is about 5, looks like fingerprints inside there, and some up in the corner. But that, look at the bumper. Do you know what that is? Auto Glim bumper and trim gel. It's brand new. This was all sealed. Like I've had to break the seal to get in there, and it's just like KY jelly, allegedly. That sort of transparency, consistency. So you could actually use that if you got any for whatever reason. Probably dug myself a hole here, and I. Anyway, getting back to the job in hand. That is not bad at all, and I like that. That's a nice glossy shine. You don't just rub this stuff on. Oh yes you do, Easy. I've done it before. No, you haven't. This is bumper and trim gel. Okay, yeah, you're supposed to use a special applicator, actually. Shape well using the Perfect Polish applicator. Now, I've no idea what one of them looks like. Perhaps you do use it with your KY. Whatever you do in your budget is up to you. It's nothing to do with me. But you can drop it in the comments below and I'll have a read of it later. But now, yeah, getting back to the job in hand again. I ended up with 8, 12, 15 and 2.5 thousand grit. I could have gone to 3 and 3.5, but you know what, I just couldn't be asked. If this doesn't last a good 6 months to a year like that, I will then go further and take it down a few notches up to where I just said. But yes, this auto glim, you're supposed to, I think you're supposed to sort of stipple it on. But what I did first is got a bit on my rag, wiped it all over, because you can imagine when you got water and remnants of old spray, because I think that is old. Oh, look at the yellowness of that. Someone's done it before and they've sprayed that UV spray on it, I think. Yeah, so you can imagine the tram lines that were down the trunk, down the boot bonnet here, bumper, for sake. There was literally ton. Well, you can see the mess on the floor, basically. So up from there, it was all. So yeah, wiped over the whole lot, and then I stippled it, and it says only wipe off if you've got like a big dollop of the stuff. So just leave it to soak into the bumper, because the plastics, the oils in the plastics, they go away over a length of time. They disappear. They go to Barton Stacey. I don't know. They never come back. So you need to replace the oils in your plastics. I thought about painting them, the plastic. I mean, the whole thing, the wheel arches and the door buffs and the handles and all that. But no, it will cost a fortune and be lots of hard, strenuous work. Well, I can just dibby dabble some of this stuff on, and it's as new. Got brand new number plates on that, all nice and shiny. Right, where was I going with that? Oh, look at the underside of the bonnet. Now, you all saw what that was like. If you look at this piece, which is the worst, times that by about 8, that's how dirty the whole thing was. Look at it now. And that is simply that stuff, just a tiny bit, not wads and wads every single time. A bowl of water. And these things, these are freaking, these things, there they are. Oh my goodness. Who's used these? Any of you guys use these miracle sponges? There's nothing in them. It's just very, 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 very fine bubbles. And you can literally, let's see if I can tear it with one hand. Oh, nope. Let's try again. Yeah, see, it's like it pops. It's a bit like spongy polystyrene, if that makes any kind of sense. Anyway, get that wet. You don't even need to use this stuff, I don't think. But try it if you want to, or try any of your normal cleaning products with the sponge. And I kid you not, I've got to go over this with a damp cloth just to get rid of the old remnants. Look, there you go. That looks awesome. What we're doing now, Caroline's doing some templates, doing 4 for the 4 different shapes, and then we can flip them over to do the reverse there. Well, I don't even need to do that, do I? Yes, I do, because of the stuff I'm going to be putting on there is soundproofing. Now, those of you with a keen eye, have a look at this. Right. See if it'll focus. Is it focusing or is it not focusing? It's being a dick. Okay, when I move this, look, you have movement. Okay, so this outer skin, top skin of the bonnet, is not connected in any way, look, to this kind of framework, this strengthening framework that gives it the shape. But I mean, look at that, right? You see that movement there? That is colossal. And the front of the van makes so much flip. Look at that. It makes so much noise. Now, if we look closer, you can't really see it there. There's a little bit there. There's a bit there. You can see where it was originally stuck to it. Look there. Next to it, it was original. Those 2 skins were originally, look at this, look, stuck together, and now they're not. So the whole thing vibrates on that sort of structural shell, strengthening part of the bonnet. So what I'm going to do is I am going to silica all these little tabs, literally silicone squirt behind them. Give that a good 24 hours to cure. All right, then I am going to renew or put back, making sure I'm going to blow these through first, then put these back. That goes actually, where does that go? Actually, I think I've threaded it through there, but it actually comes through here, clips in there, and then goes behind this clip, as you can see, and then up and over, and behind that clip, and then out to that second jet. There's the first jet. Okay, so I'm going to put that back in like so, and then I'm going to go over it with the sound deadening material. That's the plan. So all you'll see is the white struts. These will all be black, like so. Yeah, and it's all trial and error, isn't it? But I've got to stop. I've got to stop all this movement. It's freaking ridiculous. You can, I mean, it's noisy, basically, isn't it? So that needs to stop. So there's that to do as well. Okay, this is all clipped on and clean. Still an awful lot of grease to clean off. I've removed the engine oil, as you saw yesterday. No, day before, because I've had a day off. You lose track of days when you've got nothing to do. Yes, this bar that was down here, the rusty old bar that I managed to bend back into shape. I gave it a coat. I did actually do something yesterday. I gave it a coat of paint after a bit of a buff with the wire brush. Metal paint with rust protection. I've had a good read. You saw the can earlier on the other bit part of the vid. But yeah, it's got a good coat on there. No, it hasn't. It's got 2 good coats on there. I reckon that's quite respectable how that's come out. And once this is dry, it's just outside because it's warm and it's kind of baking in the hazy sunshine sort of thing. So yeah, once that's done, cured, that can be bolted back on, ready for the radiator when that turns up. Oh, somebody doesn't want to know. Excuse me. He's got the hump about something. Oi, Humpty. Don't know. Oh, so man, say hello to your friends. Hello. No, he's quiet as a mouse until the postman turns up, and then it's all hell breaks loose. Anyway, I'm going to end this episode right here because doing the sump, the radiator, the flushing, the engine flushing, changing the gearbox oil, which I'm going to do, is 3 litres of ATW9 hypoid gear oil. I think it's hypoid. I will check on it. I saw a guy on YouTube, whilst I was doing nothing yesterday apart from painting that, do an oil change on the gearbox. And when he pulled the plug out, it looked to me like automatic transmission fluid. It was cherry red. Don't know, but the oil he put in said on the thing 80/90. So I happen to have 2.9 litres of hypoid gear oil in the storage cabinet right there. Right, so I'm going to say tatty bye and we'll catch you all later. How are you getting on with your templates?
I haven't started yet.
You haven't started yet? Okay, but you're prepped with your cardboard?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Right, this is the end.
Bye.
Bye. See you later, guys. Set adrift of memory bliss of you. Is that De La Soul? I forget now. Anywho, it's Ribena o'clock. And as you just saw by those photographs, you can see that I'm kind of painting now for some reason. Well, the front had a black sticky carbon fibre-ish type look, didn't it? So I wasn't happy with that, and because water was getting in through here somewhere, I decided to remove that, and in doing so uncovered a whole host of nasties. So I have started off with what did I start off with? 240 grit and then 360 grit, and then put some laid some graphite. I think I've used that before, haven't I? Yeah, graphite anti-corrosion primer down first. It's had 4 coats, and I've just gone over it with a 2,500 grit, and it is rather nice to the touch. So I'm going to hit it now with this Ford White, which is what I was using for the rear of the van. It kind of doesn't, when I took that black stuff off, that carbony shit tape stuff, underneath the paint was like a yellowy white. I'm not really getting it. I think it was 18-year-old van, isn't it? 19-year-old. So parts have faded and parts haven't. So, but whether it's original bonnet or what, I don't know. There's a bit of filler on it. Where I was sending it down, thought, oh yeah, here we go, bit of filler. But it's not looking happy underneath the front lip here. It is quite rusty up under there. You'll see in a bit. But anyway, let's have a go with the paint whilst I try and film as I go. I've kind of left it a bit feathered there, look, if you can see. What I will do when I get a couple of coats of this stuff down, I will then remove that, just very lightly blitz it and feather it in with the original paintwork. Hopefully it's the same bloody colour. Perhaps I should have masked up the car next to me. Well, that has got a crap nozzle on it, hasn't it? I thought that was going to come out in a fan shape. But no, it comes out like a dog turd. Well, I'm going to let that cure before I start whacking. There's no point. Just give it a mist coat. Quick cut, quick blast. And go from there, really. Let it dry. See how it is. Give it a second coat. Wet and dry it down again with 2,500. And keep adding layers until you're happy that it's... I mean, I don't want showroom shine. I just want white van. And I can put my new badge back on there, on the bonnet there. And hopefully... Oh, another thing I've done is underneath the bonnet. Do you remember that the bonnet skin had come away from the framework of the bonnet itself? Well, I've been around every single crack, broken joint, and I've siliconed it. So, job's a good one. Okay, well, see you in a minute. What are we on today? Ooh, Hardy sure has. Hello. Well, this job is gone from buy a van just to move things about to basically a bloody complete restoration, isn't it? Let's be honest. And this little series of videos highlighted as oil leak has gone from oil leak to water leak to painting the front freaking bonnet or the front trunk, whatever you guys want to go. Hood. Yeah, no, it's not a hood, it's a bonnet. Forget that. So yeah, I'm still going to have it under the guise of oil leak until the oil leak job's finished. There's fucking ducks around here, I'm sure of it. Right, yeah, Posty has been, and one part is here, and the door's just knocked. And another part's just turned up. So here is a shiny new radiator with 4 plastic pins on it. It's exactly the right radiator for the van. It's for a 2010 van, but it's the same radiator. 64 quid. And the later ones are like 200 and something quid. Go figure. Anyway. Let's just shut that door. Yeah, other Posty's been the parcel guy, and that's just turned up. Now I'm hoping that is the sump. Let me just pause you there. Rah. Let's get in there. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh, and it is a sump. Goody good, because I can literally now crack on with that. Gusk 975. Okay. What else have we got in it? Let me put it between my pinchers. Right, anything else in there before I throw the box?
The box can be used for the old one, can't it? And there it is, with some plug in it. How cool is that? Because you wait and see the old one. Honest to goodness, you won't believe it. Oh, what's this in? Oops. Oops. It's the auxiliary belt idler. Yeah, that looks so much better. Do you remember the old ones, like pitted with a million different scabby pits in it? That is a brand spanking one. About £13. I mean, you can't grumble. Mustn't grumble. Right, what else have we been up to? Oh, crikey, so much has happened since the last episode. That needs to be sorted. I need to try and get that bolt out, don't I? Because the nut is seized in it and it's cracked, the plastic. So the encapsulated nut is spinning, or whatever that is spinning when you turn the 13mm bolt. Right, let's have a quick look under the bonnet. Hey, look, spray the bonnet. How cool is that? I've just literally got back from town. And I have another can just to blow it over, and I have some lacquer. I'm just going to flat it back and then lacquer it. I have done this lock. Hang on, I'm not going to do this. There we go. Right, let's hold you up there a second while I put the bonnet stay in place. The underside is all shiny, ready for that installation. This is all nice and clean. Look at the paint mark there. I've just literally had a tiny bit left in the can, and this has been off, and the lock has all been out and been cleaned, and it's been galvanized, painted. I've painted all the galvanized bracketry. Everything's been cleaned out of the old grease, and new grease has been put back in, and that is perfect. And I've galvanized this top slam panel as well, because remember, I mean, look at this, look at all that now. It's coming around, isn't it? I've been so busy. I've been a right busy little bee. So yeah, I've even bought a little touch-up stick so I can touch things up. It's indoors or in the shed. Right, I need to crack on with this nut bolt encapsulated piece. And what's going to come to my rescue? The tool of choice. So let's unwind that. What I'm hoping to do is grip the plastic. Come on. Let's grip the plastic as well as the nut. No, that needs to be undone a bit more. Is that going to do it? Oh, no. Rah. See, the jaw's just a bit too wide just to go in that slat there, because that's wider there but thinner there. Let me just undo that a bit more. It's got to be a way around this. It's got to be a way. Got the power. Let's undo it some more. Oh dear, oh dear. No, it's going to slip. Well, it's not slipped. I think, therefore I am, that it's got a grip of that. Oh, no you don't, Mr. 4 badge. I'll have to have it that way because that's all double-sided sticky there. Right, let's put that on there. Oh shit. And give it an undo. And let's have a look at what happens this end. No, he's still spinning. I didn't hold out a lot for that, but I thought, do you know what? Just on the off chance, it might just hold. Right, let me have a play around with that, because that bolt's got to come out. I can't, if you drill it, the plastic around it's going to melt, because it's going to get too hot. What would you do in that instance? Anyway, catch you in a little bit. Hello, do you remember I was talking about that little pouch of crystals that I got? You add water to it, or it to water. I better read the instructions in a minute. I said it's very dangerous. Well, here is that sherbet, but it is not sherbet, guys, believe me. This is sulfuric acid, 99.5%, molecular formula H3N SO3. Sounds like a postcode, doesn't it? Anyway, I need to mix this up very carefully into a small container, and then I need to put in my genuine, original Motorcraft header tank or expansion tank cap. This is identical to the one that's come with the new bottle, or the new header tank, expansion tank, whatever you want to call it. But it doesn't have the Motorcraft logo on it, so I am going to keep this one, but it needs cleaning up, and nothing else on this planet gets that kind of mucky finger in, you know, oily, crushed in looking stuff out of it, apart from this stuff. So let me mix this up, and I need to leave it for 48 hours. So we'll start it tonight. It's 9:30. I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, 9:30. Wednesday the 21st of August 2024. Way past my bedtime. I am knackered. But let's get this done, and we'll see what happens. Apparently it gets rid of all the crud back to factory. We'll see about that. Okay. Okay, it is now submerged in that solution, and there are actually bubbles forming now. You can see the bubbles in there. Some keep popping up, but yeah, oh, here's one. Let's just leave that now. I'm going to put a top on it. I'm going to click it down opposite corners just to keep that from spilling, and put it on the windowsill out of harm's way, and just let nature take its course there. And now I've just made a nice brew, so let's get out in the shed. It's not, you can't beat working in the shed, can you, in the evening? I can't have that. Cheers, Kev. Now I've bought this like a street light head, but it's only tiny. It's from Temu. And I want to put it out the front here, on the front edge of this of my shed, so it sort of acts as basically a street light for the car park, because we live out in the countryside and we don't have electric, we don't have street lighting, we have gas candles. We don't even have gas here actually. But yeah, it does need some illumination out there, just to keep things going. Let's get in here. Oh, it's getting a bit nippy, you know. I'm actually in this evening just to try and do some tidying up. Don't think it's messy now, because I've been out here for 2.5 hours, and there's that street light thingy, look, like one of them sort of thing. That goes on there, and then I need to find the mount. I'm actually cleaning up because I need to find the mounting bracket. So there, it's 2141, 22.9 degree. Oh, yes please, thank you please. So I can now mount that out on the shed type stuff. I'm actually going to go and do that in a minute, because that is bloody bright, and it's solar powered, so we can use solars to make lights. Right, yeah, shed. I'm getting there. Okay, I've got some more of them coming, another stack of that, and I've got some special tools coming. I went round to, I saw Brian, right, Brian, Kev, and everybody else, Richard and Kane, everybody, Raph. I will sort them boom boxes out, Raph, I promise you. Just not at the moment. Where was I going with that? Cock, fucking forgotten now. Pause that there and bleep that bit out because it's fucking swearing. You can't be doing that. Right. Hello, welcome to AIDS Restorations, back here in the shed after a while, really. I've just put that motor part expansion bottle cap in that sulfuric acid to try and remove those horrible oily fingerprints that get ingrained into that sort of fibrous plastic, if you know what I mean. And yeah, so that's all cooking. Gas mark, nothing. So I'm in the shed and I'm just sorting out stuff. If I see a screwdriver, it goes in the screwdriver drawer, quick as that. If I see a socket, bosh, goes back up where it's supposed to go. Tell you, this system is fantastic. Yes, that one's missing, but that's in the back of the vein. See, you just come in, well, I need a 7mm, again, what, long one or short one? I don't know, whichever. And it's so great. I need an extension screwdriver. I need a ratchet. Bosh, there we go. Tape measure. It's so bloody easy now. It just makes life 1,000,000% easy. But, easy, listen to yourself. You need to keep it clean. Otherwise, that system don't work, mate. Right, gotcha. Okay, right. You might have noticed a few bits and bobs hanging up behind me. Right, well, here's one part. This is the battery tray, like that. And I think you saw earlier me trying to undo that bolt that was in there in a ferrule. And it was a ferrule, I can tell thee that. There was no way on this planet that was coming out of there. I tried everything. I even tried drilling, see, through there and putting a screw through there, a threaded screw. I tapped it out and hoping that that would hold whilst I heated and then tried to turn that. No. So this piece was moulded into this piece. The only damage to it is that little piece there. So what I did the right thing by putting in a riv nut. Those things are brilliant. I've got to say, if you haven't got a riv nut, tool in your kit yet, do yourself a favour. You will use it. I promise you. So anyway, I had this panel off here, this bar, because it's just a steel plate. It gives some rigidity to this bolt here, which holds clamps onto the bottom of the, on the bottom of a battery. You've got like an angled chamfered foot. Well, that clamps on, and then you whack that down. Let me just take this off, just to show you. Focus. Exactly what I've done there. That has got a bolt and washer. It is a 13mm bolt, so it matches all the other 13mm bolts that I used on this. This, incidentally, is hammerite. Ka-ching! Hey, I'm clever, aren't I? For my next trick, I will pull a texture out of my ass. Right, so that is the hammerite metal paint, silver. The only trouble, guys, with having paints in a cupboard or whatever for years and years and years, the mech starts to go. It didn't work to start with. I had to put it in some hot water just to do something to the valve, and it worked. So I managed to get some squirt out of it. That's got 3 coats on it. Hammered finish. Pop the little screw back in, which holds that in place. And there is the riv nut. How sexy is that? I tell thee. Wicked. So that's all done. That's ready to go back in, and I can't flipping wait. That's wicked. Wicked. Jungle is massive. So you've got lots of adjustment for different width batteries. But there we go. So, and of course it's had a lick of paint as well. You know, I'm not a blooming Neanderthal. So there we have the battery tray. If we turn about, we have the bottom of the airbox, which has been treated You know all about this bar, this radiator support beam. You know all about that. That is a bracket which bolts onto the cylinder head there and there, and a cotton reel, one of those rubber insulator things which holds the intercooler pipe steady, goes through there. I was going to ditch that because I wasn't going to bother putting them cotton reel rubber bushy things back in, but I've got some coming, and I'll tell you a little story about them. Not right now, a bit later. Not, well, you know, when they turn up. They're not Ford. You try and buy a Ford one, they're about 50 quid each, and you need 4 or 5. They're not 50 quid each. I'm being stupid as usual, but it's not far away. There is the top of the airbox. Look at that, how groove. Yeah, what are you doing painting your stuff under the bonnet? Is it? No one sees it. I see it, and when it goes through an MOT, I like it to be, oh wow, I've done a really good job there. Thanks, mate. I like it like that. It all works perfectly and it's all sorted. Because I've taken it apart, no, it's not the fact that I've cleaned it and painted it or done whatever I have to do to it. It's the fact that I've taken it apart and I have checked the item. I've made sure it's not split. There's no holes in it. There's no cracks in it. It's not fractured in any way, shape or form. You know, it's the only way to make sure it's 100%, isn't it? Here, this is quite a jiffy. That obviously is the fan cowling, and that has had a really good clean. It looks new, to be fair. I can't wait to stick it on the new radiator. It's going to look a bit spiffy under that bonnet, isn't it? Yes, I know I'm a bit Alan about it all, but not intentionally. I don't go out to showroom it. I don't, because it's not going to be, it's just going to be bloody clean under there. Well, I like it. Right, my brew's getting cold, so I'll catch the in the morning, hopefully, whilst I've tidied this up. I'm not going to go too mad. I'm going to give myself to about perhaps midnight, 11:30, midnight, something like that, just to ease down through the day. Okay, catch you in a bit. Ooh, sexy. Robert De Niro is waiting. Well, we better crack on, haven't we? I'll keep him waiting, do we? Okay, so this morning, I do know for a fact, I've just had a message saying that the cambelt kit is en route. So I need to remove this cam cover. This is a cover that goes over the cambelt and the tensioner. There are a few more 10mm fixings down the bottom there. This stud goes in there, and then this bracket goes onto it, and then you tighten the 10mm nut up afterwards. But I will clean all these up. So there's that, so that, and that to do. We need to remove this mounting bracket. So I have placed my jack under the car in such a way that I'm ruining the sump, because I've got a new sump to go on there. But yeah, there we go. So that's all jerked up a little bit, just taking the pressure off these nuts and bolts here. We've got 2 18 nuts and we've got 2 15 nuts, and one's hidden right down there somewhere. And there it is, right in the middle of your screen to the left. Stupid boy. Okay, right, let's crack on and unwind these. Oh, that went up quite a way, didn't it? Let me just jerk up my jerker. Did you see that? I don't want to go too far because just keep that tension on. That's interesting that the tension was still on there. What's going on here? Okay. It's a bit unnerving, isn't it? So that came out as a stud. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get that sorted out and get that nut off and really clean them those connections up. That's really weird, isn't it?
Why has that gone up so much? Or do I need to go down a bit with the jack? Do I need to go down a bit with the jack? Come on! God, I need 2 hands again. No, you don't let the jack down. In actual fact, you need to jack it up a bit more. I have the mount off, it's over there, I need to darn good clean up because it's all proper crusty. And that sits on this, this is the last study, but it's still loose, so I'm going to whip that out and make sure the threads in that are all okay. Now, holding that in are 2 10mm by 100mm bolts, which go literally in like that and then into the block. Okay, but you need to jack it up to clear, obviously, to clear this piece here to get the bolts out. Now, what it is, I can't find the water pump. Perhaps it's not in there. I don't know. No, I'm trying to find the water pump, and I'm looking around. And I'm thinking, well, camshaft, yeah, lift pump or fuel pump pulley. What else we got on this? Oh, that's just the cam belt. Beg your pardon. Now, the auxiliary belt, we've got power steering pump there being driven. We then have the that's going to fall on the floor. That there is this. That is the tensioner pulley. And then following it down, we've got the crank. And then, so you see this here, I remember seeing pictures of the water pump, and it's got a great big, like a fan flange on it, ready to accept 4 bolts. So I'm reckoning that this all is one piece. This is the water pump, I'm reckoning. So I've undone those 2, obviously, that one there and that one there, and looking around, coming around by the injection pump, the fuel pump. Obviously, this pipe in here is water pump. It's water pipe. There we go. If we follow it up, there's that shitty piece of hose that I want to replace somehow. And if we follow along, then it goes through this housing here, which the lifter pump goes through, and bolting onto that, there's a 8mm nut there. So I reckon I've got to just remove that 8mm, and then I reckon there's a couple more. I can't even see, so let's have a look. I reckon there's a couple more 8mm bolts down under. I can't get any lower than that. I'm going to have to get my mirror out in a minute. Yeah, I reckon, and that's a right arsehole. I reckon there's one in there somewhere. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's it looks like a 10mm, doesn't it? So, I've got my work cut out, everyone, boys and girls. So, I'm just going to bite the bullet and take it off as best I can before the water pump turns up. We know what's going to happen, don't we? It's going to be the left-hand one instead of a right-hand one or something. Don't know. Anyway, here we go. Leave me to it. I need to go and get a brew. Need to drop the kids off again. Oh dear, and get rid of them frickin' ducks. Oh, for goodness sakes. Well, I never did. Didn't you? Well, I did, but I did. Oh, mate, honestly. You thought, oh, look at that. This is what mechanicking's all about, isn't it? Getting downright and greasy with your tools. Okay, well, that was the engine mount, as you saw. Now, I thought that was part of the water pump. Oh, flipping no. So I've got the 4 bolts out for that. So there's 3 of them up there. 1, 2, 3. And the 4th one is still going to get a punch in the face. That right there. I'm actually going to put that on the deck. And I'm going to put the right screws in the right holes, because I know me. Yeah, not big, not clever. Right, so they're the right screws in the right hole. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Like so. That needs a darn good going over, because it is so, there's so much oil. There is oil caked everywhere in here. And look, there is the water pump. You nasty little mare. Well, I've got that one out already. And I've got that one out already. What else do I need to do now then? I've got that one out. Oh no I don't, there's one there, look. Little M8. And I guess there's one up here somewhere, I can't see anything. Oh, there it is. One there, just looked at the screen. And needless to say, oh, what's that down the bottom there? That looks like an M8 as well, doesn't it? Oh dear, so I really need to get dirty. And there's another one right down in there. But I need to take the tension off of this, but the tensioner is really in there, really restricted and covered in oil. Where is this bloody oil coming from? Yes, I know it's the engine, don't be pedantic. So I need to get the tension off that, because that pulley there doesn't look like it adjusts at all. It seems to be on like a, oh no, it is actually on a thing, isn't it? But I have not seen that one for sale. You wait, I'll get all the way through it and that one's not good. Anyway, right, I'm gonna pause it there. Definitely need a brew. I need to go and get sorted out, and somehow I've got to watch a vid of something to see how on earth that that pulley there gets reduced. I might just put a 13mm spanner on, a long spanner, and just give it a little bit of a tweak. Oh, those ducks are back again, and see if it actually is on a sort of spring loaded, if you see what I mean, a tensioner. Right, catch you in a bit. Posty's been, and we have the timing belt kit complete with the Wasser pump. There's the gasket. I like that because it's Daco kit, so you can't go wrong with that. And it's got the tensioner as well. And it's even got what everyone's after is a sticker to put under your bonnet. If you're doing this, guys, sticker under your bonnet, date and mileage on there, so the next person knows. Kaz, incidentally, is in charge of design.
No, I'm not.
Design and fit.
Fitting, not designing.
Right, let me get on this end. That's it. Kaz is installing.
Crap.
Come on.
Sorry.
All this matting, not for you. So this stuff is absolutely brilliant. So we've got black, cream, grey, black, cream, and enough of grey on the end there. It's great because it's dent proof, isn't it? You drop something on there, it's not going to go through. Well done, darling. Getting there. Right, water pump. Let's have a look at this water pump. And there we go. That is exactly what I'm looking at under the bonnet, which is great news. So I can crack on with this, flush that jacket through. What we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts. That bottom one, bottom right, well, in the palm of my hand, that's a bigger hole. Because you can't see it, it's just good to have a look at this, isn't it? Gives you some sort of gauge as to what's going on. Now I just need to go and have a look at a video how to detension a whole lot. It's probably really simple, but I'd rather just watch someone else do it than make a mistake, really. Ain't we all like that? I think that's how we all started off, wasn't it? Okay, right, catch you all in a bit. Right, that little bit of YouTubing has led me to a long 15mm is what you need to take the tension off of the serpentine belt or the auxiliary belt. So apparently I put this on there, right? Yeah, and then this way. Ha! I see that. Hold that down and take the belt off. Right, I am going to need 2 hands for this. But, oh yes, top tip. Before you take that tension off and take the belt off, crack off these 4 bolts on the water pump pulley. I'm so glad I watched it. Literally it was a 3-minute video. So then I've got a lot of cleaning up to do. There's so much oil in there. Perhaps I can see where this oil leak is coming from there. Seems to be oil everywhere. The sump, when I get the sump off, you will not believe the state of it. I've never seen anything like it. Sumptuous. Okay, now I managed to crack these off using one of these. If you haven't got one of these, you might be in trouble. Well, if you've got oil all over your pulleys, that is, because I have so much oil here. It's ridiculous. That doesn't feel too bad, that pulley, but as I got a new one, I'm still going to replace it. But yeah, so I managed to crack off all 4 bolts using that. You just loosen the things. This just turns around freely, so you've got no chance with a normal spanner. Right, it turns around freely because mine's all oiled up. Yours may not be. So we'll just whiz these bolts out. Oh, M8s, lovely. Right, last one. You've got this. I hate that saying. I really do hate that saying. There's the 4th M8 bolt. Now that won't come off of there. Is that because I need to jerk it up a bit more? Just give it another half a squeege. No, let's give it another go. I don't want to go too far with it. Oh, come along, O'Bean. Can I just push it that way? Not with one hand. Pause. Check this out. Well, here's the pulley off. Let's say that there's no chance of this rusting. Look at that. That is flipping crazy, isn't it? Let's get this nice cleanish dirty rag. Oh, I hate using the gutters for tools. Never mind. Just to show you how ganky this is. Ugh. That is disgusting. So that needs to go in the paraffin, doesn't it? Along with literally most of that guff there. And apparently they are all, well, I think there's 7 bolts, 6 of them are M8s, which is 8mm basically. If you're 8mm head, and that one there is 10mm. All the rest are 8s. So I'm going to whiz them off and crack that out. She cried. Let's do it. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, there we go. It's pretty much as is. That's pretty good. And not a moment too soon. If you can hear that. That is rough. There's even play. Can you hear that play? That's a genuine Ford water pump. Look at that. Is that the original? It can't have done 150,000 surely, but it is pretty loose, I must say. So at this point, pop your pulley on there, do your bolts up, and then you can finish off doing it up tight when the belt's on. Comes with some new bolts. Now it only comes with 3 new bolts, which are 10mm with Loctite on. I don't know why it comes with 3 with Loctite on. I'm probably going to stagger them then. I'm probably going to go 1 Loctite, 2 Loctite, 3 Loctite, and then the other 4 normal. It just makes sense, doesn't it, to use Loctite in a triangle formation, so you've got equal pressure if the other ones come loose at the end of the day. Right, I need to clean up the surface in the engine bay because it's pretty, I'm guessing it's pretty skanky. Let's have a look down in there. Go on, get down in there. What's it like? Do you know what? That water jacket really doesn't look too bad, does it? It really doesn't. I'm quite happy with that. I was expecting rusty flipping chunks of this, that and the other, but yeah, it's not too bad. There's a couple of little bits I can literally hook out with my finger. So I don't want to push them in further, but let's take this gasket off anyway. What's this? A nice metal one. Single use, obviously. Yeah. It's actually got a rubberized double hump, if you like, on this side. I don't know, you can see that double hump. So that'll give double protection. Whereas the new one is just a piece of paper, I think. Yeah, it's just a bit of Kellogg's cornflake box. Right, so I'm going to give that a good old scrub a dub. See, we've had leakage. Where's my finger? There, sorry. We've had rusty water there, look. So we've had leakage at there at some point. Let's look in that hole. Am I looking in the right hole? Yes. That's a bit... Oh no, it's not even rusty. Is that oil in there? Is it water? Oh, of course it's not oil. It's a waterway, isn't it? That's where that pipe is. That bloody thing there. Okay, so we've got a locating dowel here. That's good news. That's why that's a 10mm, isn't it? Bigger thread. I just can't get over this sheer amount of oil that's everywhere. What's that bead of silicone? Ugh. Crazy, man, crazy. Well, I'm just going to get in here with a paintbrush and some terps, I think, just to, well, no, that might affect the oil seals, mightn't it? Mind you, the crank oil seal might have gone. That's pretty much sprayed. I mean, look at that, right? I don't know, I can't get the camera in, it's going to have to be sideways. Look at that up there, right in the centre. That is absolutely caked, isn't it? Below the power steering pump. No, well, that's a power steering pump pulley. So, this tensioner, which doesn't feel too bad. But I don't know how long it's been on there. I've got a brand new one. So let's just swap them over, as we're here, just as well, isn't it? Okay, right, let me get things tidied up around here. And then we can get a little bit of something in there to rub those surfaces down, get them cleaned up, and make sure we ain't got no leaks. Well, I knew it wasn't going to be pretty getting this auxiliary belt pulley off, but my golly, just look how oiled up that is. No wonder the thing's rolling freely. It's got so much lubrication. That is drenched. Look at it. Oh my god, I'm going to need to get in, I think, the old squirty brake cleaner and a good old paintbrush just to get rid of, or try and get rid of, some of this lubricant in here. That's flipping ridiculous. I can't go over that gully there. That water jacket's clean as a whistle, isn't it? Oh, I'm going to get another one of these. That pulley in the centre of your screen there, that one down the bottom. It's just a guide pulley. It doesn't do anything, doesn't drive anything. But yeah, you need to get that replaced as well, I think. It's a shame I haven't got one now, but there we are. It is what it is. Right, well, I've marked up the pulleys. That one's all marked there. Look, ready for the cam belt to come off. There we go. There are no special locking pins or anything like that to put in. I've got to rotate the engine to a certain angle of degree. You just unbolt it as is. Okay, well, that is kerfuffle, doesn't it? That. Let's get the new one out. I've never, oh, well, I have been. I don't really want to touch this new one with my dirty hands. Get off. Well, there's said new one. It's a lot more shinier than that piece of crap, isn't it? Right, I really need to go and get cleaned up because this is just freaking ridiculous. Top tip, always remove that when you've got your jack to whatever height it is. Otherwise, oh, and put axle stands underneath. And another top tip, which is really a good top tip. These things are all well and good, but if you're in an enclosed space, yeah, and you wind your bolt out and the head of the thing hits the chassis, you're knackered, because you can't just put it back onto forward to drive the bolt back in so you can get your tool off of the bolt head, because that is where you change the direction on the back. So that is effectively sandwiched in there and you're knackered. Apache Indian. They know I film on a Thursday, you know, I keep telling them, but there we go. So yeah, what I had to do, basically, the keen-eyed ones of you would see my very long Jimmy bar. I had to literally get that in there, crank the engine over so I could get enough purchase to get this off the... Yeah, it wasn't pretty, and I'm glad nobody was about to see me struggling. But my pain is your gain. Yeah, like I say, anything in a tight confined space, try and just use a ratchet or something, because you can just whereas this, you have literally no chance. I was very lucky to get that out of there. Could have got quite nasty. Right, I need to get all this cleaned up. Now, if I said that was an awful lot of fun, I'd be a lying git. I didn't film too much because I wasn't in the best place. No one got hurt, not this time. Anyway, she's all back together. Well, the engine mount, I've just got to drop the jack down. It's still supporting just a tiny bit. So we've got new cambelt on, new cambelt tensioner. We've got new auxiliary belt, temperature tensioner, and we have new water pump. Why do these aftermarket pumps that fit beautifully, absolutely like a glove, but the gaskets are a mile away? They're at least a couple of mil out. And when you've got three blind bolts, it's not a lot of fun, especially when you've put the sealant on a... Oh yeah, look how fucking tired I am. God. I'm fighting it. I've got to fight it. I fight it every freaking day. Otherwise I just lay in bed and veg my life away. Anywho, I'm happy with that. Yeah, day coat. There's the old box. This is the one that come off. Focus. Not in overly too bad a state. Worth keeping for a spare. Easy, throw it away. Throw it. Just throw it away, son. And what other belt did I have? Oh yes, the auxhillary belt. Now that's worth a gander. Where is it? Oh look, here it is, hiding in the bin. Incidentally, this is a unused... What the hell was that? Don't know. This is an unused... No, it's not. Forget that. No, nothing to see here. Oh, for God's sake. This is the kind of day I've had, lads. Honestly. I can't even fucking reach it. This is the day I've had, right? Here is the oily split auxiliary belt or serpentine belt, whichever one you want to call it. Not overly brilliant, as you can see. Saturated in oil, everything was saturated in oil. I've gone through 3 cans. I mean, we're talking, you know, I'll show you. Massive cans. Look at the size of mine. These are the big cans. 3 of those. And the other one's, what's left of it is out there. And there's the old pumpathon and the old dat. It's earned its money, isn't it? So that's good. I've had absolutely nothing for tea. Nothing at all. Freaking starving I am. You just stay there. You're staying there now. Tough. Right. I need to do some tidying up. Have a look at the worktop. Well, apart from all this crap, but Kaz has done a brilliant job. Absolutely brilliant job. Let's put a few things away. That'd go against the grain, wouldn't it? I'll tidy it up properly in a minute. Oh, look, an A3 cylinder and head. Soon, my pretty, soon you will be on there. Oh, hello. Didn't see you on there. Bless you. So, yeah, look, it's really nice. That's the first bunk bed there. That's the second bunk bed there. Oh, it's been a cracker. But I can smile now. But honestly, I don't know if I've got any skin left on my knuckles. I don't know. Doesn't feel like it. Anyway, right, well, thank you for watching. I'm going to wrap this vid up here. Because I really need to have a couple of days now of doing bugger all. I think the weather's supposed to be coming in, isn't it? I think I've got about 3 days left of fairly goodish weather. I had a shower this morning. Anyway, so yeah, I'm happy. I can now go ahead and get the sump pan in. Rad bar, rad, plumbing, get the plumbing in, get that water system flushed through. And yeah, pretty much. Go from there, really. Like I say, guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for your, most of the time, amusing comments. Thanks. It brings a smile to my little chops. And it makes the world go round, doesn't it? Really appreciate spending the time with me, watching my vids. I know they're a little bit on the at times, but oh, I don't feel like Billy No Mates now with you lot watching. I'm just kidding. Right, I've got a bit to tidy up. Abracadabra. It does it on other videos. Shitting. That don't work. Anyway, catch you later, guys. Abracadabra. I wear a big bra. Ka-ching. Ching. Oh, look at that, it worked. And a cup mysteriously appeared in my hand. Gone to pot, I should say gone to the pool for me, shouldn't it? Take care, guys. Till we see you again.